Hello, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. The neat thing about doing an asynchronous class is you could be accessing this information at any time of the day. Do the work on your timeline, but get it done each week. I'm Ann Morphew, and I'll be your instructor for COMM 2025. I hope that we'll all interact well together and follow some of our guidelines and deadlines to get the job done, and we'll all communicate well. When teachers are doing a Zoom session, they take those few minutes to do, oh, let me get my share screen up. So let's do that now. As we begin course navigation, when you do an online class, you may be completely new to the online learning system, management system, or you may be well versed in what Roane State calls momentum. You'll also hear terms like D2L, which stood for Desire to Learn, which was the program, and they were taken over by Brightspace. All of those names actually are the same thing. So Roane State has called our learning management system momentum, and hopefully you'll get lots of good momentum in your coursework. I have a little screen capture of the COMM 2025 for my first online section, that's you. If you are seeing this in subsequent terms, not spring 2021, use your section whenever we talk about something. You can see that there's certain navigation bars, navigation pathways will be given to you in a lot of your directions. And then when you click onto something, this I took a screen capture was when I had already gotten to the online course outline for you. And all of these are like breadcrumbs, Hansel and Gretel, use them. So you can see the navigation paths on our main page. At the bottom right-hand side of our main page, I've put lots of words, and they almost look like algebra because they'll say things like go to content and then pull down to the syllabus module, or go to content and pull down, remember the greater than sign, to the course outline. That gives you directions because some people like to navigate like that. I'm going to incorporate for your course outline a lot of links, but in case something didn't work, and you want to just learn how to do the navigation without the links because some teachers don't provide them, you can go ahead and use the navigation pathways to figure out where you're supposed to be and go. Our syllabus is rather long. I tend to put not only everything you need to know and probably more than you want to know, but the helpers at the bottom and some of our policies. So look to the syllabus for all of our expectations and for the name and contact information of all of those support systems that Roane State provides you. Be aware that what I have loaded into our momentum actually comes from what I have used and continued to refine for years. But those classes were in person, or like when we were all taken straight to all virtual, they had Zoom involved. There were some face-to-face contact. This class is called asynchronous. We're not going to be face-to-face, but I hope we build relationships as we talk to each other. If those materials you see haven't been updated, they reflect something that sounds like it is a day instead of week one, or it is something you have to do and it's confusing to you. You're not sure if it goes for this class. Feel free to email me in Momentum and I can clarify for you. When you do email, practice collegiate netiquette. That is, you are a college student. Let's email and communicate clearly. I also have a really big ask. I really want to see this, and it's good for all of your professors. Put your section number and your subject in your email subject line. It's a best communication practice. People in your business and in your personal life will be much more likely to respond to something that they understand. Our course outline is there for you. It will have every little task and big task that you need to do, and hopefully I'll provide every link that you need, but use those navigation paths and the links that are provided so that you can get the job done. Start right, get that tech help early and often. CTAT, this is on the bottom of our syllabus, is the Center for Teaching Arts and Technology. They help with all things momentum. And right now they're working virtually. So an email, just type in CTAT to them, will get a momentum supporting result. They'll send you a resource or look at something for you and fix it. And they'll help you with anything in momentum. I call the Roane State Help Desk all the time. When you're on campus, you can just pick up a campus phone and dial HELP, and you'll get Matthew or Elizabeth or Robert, or Abigail is new there, and they will help you with any kind of technology that you need to be using for your coursework. They really have helped me a lot, and they will help you. You can also email them. In Roane State RadarNet email, you just type HELP. You can get some in-person support if you need that when campuses are open. So just try at the campus front desk. For if you're at Cumberland, Stan and Allison are awesome helpers. But if you're somewhere else, you can try there at the front desk. You can also Zoom with me, and I want you to know that I welcome virtual office hours. That is you letting me know you need to be face-to-face. This is called a Zoom recording, and so download the Zoom app on your computer or on your phone, and we'll be able to walk through issues together. You will see in our momentum, I have some video recordings of helping students and working with classes and so forth in Zoom. So I'd say get that. You can, if you want to Zoom, just email me in momentum, tell me Zoom needed, and put your section number, or you could even pop into the Cumberland campus. My faculty office hours are on our little module called Faculty Office Hours. I believe it's next to the syllabus or the course outline, and we can set up a session. Here's some hints. For classwork, use a computer rather than doing the work on your phone. You can certainly view videos and maybe chat with a friend that's in class or something like that. There is a momentum chat, but I don't use that often. But use a computer, not just a phone. All students need to have Office 365. I work on a Mac at home, but I have a Dell at the campus, so I can't open things that are on Pages. Get Office 365. It's free to all students. You can just type that in, or you can, I've had students have Stan or Allison at the campus, front desk of Cumberland, help them get it. It has Word, Excel, PowerPoint, so try that. Try Office 365. Students also tell me that Brightspace Pulse app is incredibly helpful to work with momentum. I've seen students literally press a few buttons and take something on their computer and pop it into momentum. So check out Brightspace Pulse. It's something else you have to download. So why bother with 2 Roane State emails? Have you been wondering about that? Momentum goes with each course. That way, that email is not so cluttered and your message won't get lost. You can send messages to your classmates, you can send messages to me, but that's all in momentum email. RadarNet email is another one that you really need to be checking. It's school-wide, and all business, scholarships, deadlines, opportunities will be listed in your RadarNet email. There are lots of opportunities to engage, and research shows that those students who can engage in college activities actually are more successful. Besides, you network. I have seen, as we've done computer days, some students say, have on their desktop, and I'm walking about, 400 discussions not read, or 89 emails. There's a way to clear the clutter. Learn how to do that. The strongest communicators are able to organize their messages, mark as read. If you don't want to delete, at least mark each email as read. And there's ways to do that for large numbers if you're backed up and something's there from last spring or the year before. Clear the clutter, because the best communicators know what's going on now. Okay? I've also heard some students think that only people who aren't very smart go to the Learning Center. But you know, because you're going to be a successful college student, that smart people use learning resources. If you want to reach your goals, learn how to find and use the people who are there for you. It's part of your tuition, by the way. At Roane State, we have online Learning Center tutors, and they provide these, this term, they're providing these virtual study sessions. I was just in one last week, spent 3 hours with the most wonderful woman, wonderful student, who wanted to look at all of her courseworks and what their little teachers' expectations look like, and figure out some study strategies, because she'd had some challenges. And she's got a few more tips and tricks. Check out the Roane State tutoring page. You can sign up for things. They've got all the information there, and they have other software and apps to help you out. Some people suggest that they get a favorite tutor and they like to work with that person only. And if that works for you, great. This is the time to build relationships, even if you're in a virtual environment. The library has a librarian who actually is going to come to our class. I'll talk about that in a second. The library is an awesome resource, and it's a collegiate resource you should begin to use. Our librarian, let me say this one. RadarNet emails will tell you if the virtual study sessions are coming. I actually have that down there with the library too, because the library and Learning Center do those. We have an embedded librarian. Melinda Whipking, Lindy, is going to be embedded in our momentum. So she's on our class list. You can email her and you can chat with the librarians and you can get extra support. They are there to help you figure out what good sources to use, and we'll use some in our speeches, and how you can say things, or if an outline needs a little support, they are there for you. Let's begin with week 1 on your course outline. Do all the tasks that are required and do it by the deadline. Don't forget to find those helpers as you need, and communicate any concerns you have. Or if you have a good idea you think would be more clear, share it with me. It does not offend me, it delights me. If you have any needs that you are experiencing, I should have put this on the slide, maybe some tech isn't working, or if there's something going on in your life and you might need a little extension, you need to let me know, let any of your professors know. One more thing about needs. Sometimes when our technology isn't working because our internet system isn't working well, or we don't have the right hardware, we may need to get a little extra support, and Roane State's there for you. need@roanestate.edu is an email that if you haven't heard about, it may be on your syllabus, but you need to ask. I am here for you, so email me. Don't forget the subject line, having your subject and your section. I have a faculty locator card posted in our momentum. It tells you when I have class and when I'm on campus. You can check that out, and if I'm there, feel free to pop by. Check in with the front desk at Cumberland, and they'll let you know. They'll give me a quick call and I'll come out to see you. It is my joy to assist you, because you are working towards goals to make your life better, and that's awesome.